Spain, 1936. The streets are filled with gunfire and smoke. This is not just a civil war, it is the first act of a global catastrophe. A testing ground for the weapons of tomorrow. A struggle where the idealists perish. This is the Spanish Civil War. The Republican government, the last hope of Spanish democracy, found itself abandoned by the very nations that championed freedom, Britain and France. Their so-called non-intervention policy left the Republic isolated, forcing it to seek help from Stalin's Soviet Union. Meanwhile, Francisco Franco's nationalist forces received unwavering support from Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy. Hitler and Mussolini saw Spain as a testing ground for their war machines, supplying Franco with tanks, planes, and troops. The war escalated into a proxy battle for the ideologies that would soon engulf the world in World War II. Spain became a brutal experiment for the horrors of modern war. Nazi Germany's Luftwaffe, still untested, unleashed terror from the skies. The bombing of Guernica was not just an attack, it was a warning of what was to come for Europe. Blitzkrieg strategies, armored warfare, and urban combat were all refined here, lessons that would soon be used on battlefields across the world. On the other side, Soviet tanks and aircraft hinted at the coming clash between Germany and the USSR. The trenches of Spain became a training ground for the brutality of Stalingrad. Every bullet fired, every bomb dropped, was a rehearsal for the bloodshed that would define the next decade. As the war raged on, thousands of men and women from around the world left their homes, their families, their lives, to fight for a cause they believed in. The International Brigades, a ragtag army of poets, factory workers, intellectuals, and dreamers, came to Spain to fight against fascism, with a passion unmatched by any army. Among them were names that would echo through history: Ernest Hemingway, George Orwell, Pablo Neruda. Yet despite their courage, they were pawns in a much larger game. Stalin's influence turned allies into enemies, and soon these foreign volunteers found themselves betrayed, abandoned, and sent home in defeat. In 1939, Franco declared victory. For 40 years, his iron grip silenced opposition, turning the country into a dictatorship isolated from the world. But history has a cruel irony. Though Franco's Spain was initially shunned for its fascist ties, the Cold War would soon make him an ally of the United States. With American support, Spain's economy revived, and Franco remained in power until his death. The war had ended in Spain, but the lessons learned and the wounds inflicted would soon erupt across the world in an even greater conflict. The Spanish Civil War was not just a prelude to World War II. It was a lesson in how democracies hesitate while dictators act. A reminder that wars are not always fought for victory, but sometimes for the mere survival of an idea. And in the ruins of Spain, the ghosts of those who fought for that idea still whisper, "Was it worth it?" See you in the next video.